Out of there, Nino. How are you?
I'm very good. Do you mind scuffing pounding this for me?
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I just wanted to check in because I'm about to fly out of here.
You're about to what? I'm sorry.
I'm about to fly out of here.
Where you headed to?
I don't know yet.
Just taking a vacation? Or?
Yeah, a couple days, you know, like relax my feet, stretch a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. Anything I need to be aware of? Anything you want to discuss before I fly out?
Yeah, you know, the only thing that really came to mind was Mr. Hernandez came to me.
Yeah. Oh, I just spoke to him.
Okay, about VAFs.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I said, frankly, you know, it's kind of, we wanted to push one version of it. It kind of got, I don't want to say it got shot down, but wasn't what everybody has their opinion of it, frankly. What's right?
Yep.
He felt very strongly that system would have helped bring more cars out instead of the same, his words was the same 3 cars.
Which system?
The system that we worked on, the system that he and the PDs both worked on. I believe that system would allow for more room to bring out other types of cars. And just like I told you before, everybody's lost steam on this at this point.
I think too many opinions by people whose opinion shouldn't matter, it leads to no decision. Meeting 101, you know what I mean? You only bring in the stakeholders. Stakeholders have to show up at the meeting. If they don't show up at the meeting, their opinion is disregarded. So the big reason why the scum process was created by HP back in the 70s.
I don't know if we had that many people who had hands in it. You know, we had to have Mr. Hernandez involved, right? Who led the contesting, I should say.
There was.
Right. So he had to be involved. Nakota was involved. Initially Ventura was, but then wasn't. It was pretty much myself, Nakota, and Mr. Hernandez, to be honest.
Okay.
There's no perfect system. So you're always going to give and take in some areas.
Yep. I think the perfect system will be getting rid of VAF altogether. If you want my honesty.
I don't think that's a good system. I truly don't.
Well,
there has to be repercussion. There has to be deterrence for using these vehicles.
There is. You can still seize cars.
Yeah, but the same issue as before. You're gonna have the same few people who are it's gonna fall on their shoulders to do it. There's something that looks good on paper, and then there's something that actually does well in practice. I think that looks good on paper, but I don't think it'll be done well in practice.
I got you. Yeah, well, you know, that is there's
a lot of things that I would love to do. It's just it's not gonna, it's that I believe will fall on a lot of deaf ears. And you know, they're still going to be contesting the reasons that we bring up. They're going to be contesting the evidence we're using. You know, we're turning. It's
fine. It's fine. I really don't want to talk about VAF. Anything else?
Yeah, gang-related shootings. I would like some heavier fines on that. Times and fines involved with it.
That sounds like the next mayor problem, to be honest. Yeah, there's only got 2 more weeks left.
Is it 2?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, here's the reality, right? Like,
out there.
You know, these things take time. It's I
understand. I do.
We would have had to stop that 2 weeks ago. Otherwise, it's not enough bandwidth.
Yeah, we're gonna go down some heftier routes that are within our options. We're gonna start pushing hag charges on people for gang related.
I got you. Wait, what's the problem?
We're having 8 fights a day between two gangs for the last week. And when PD tries to get involved, they turn on us. It turns into a very messy situation. Sometimes, we come out on top. Sometimes they do. But the fact is, even when we arrest
Didn't I get
them,
you guys better weapons recently?
you talking about the heavies?
Yeah, they got like modified, and then all the class 2s. Some of the springs don't work as good as they used to.
Your guess is as good as mine on that one. I'm going to be honest.
Oh no,
We've heard many different things. I'm going
really?
to be frank with
Okay.
you. Unsure what's
last 2
what's
weeks?
true and what's not. To be honest, yes.
Okay. So there's a lot of gang-related shootings, and what's going on? Like, you want that to stop, is what you're saying, right?
Correct. We need more deterrence. We're trying to raid. I think we've done 3 raids this week, if I'm not mistaken. Or within the last week, we've done 3 raids. Could be more. But at least we're pushing for some raids here. Really work our way up.
Let me call you back.
Yeah, all good.
We need to have more teeth. We failed a raid this morning. All officers got shot down on a raid this morning. We need more deterrence for this. We quite literally are getting laughed at for the fines and the times that they're serving. There's going to be no more served. This is something I actually talked to the sheriff about. There's going to be no more time served for gang-related shooting. We're having them far too often, and with all the gang-related shootings, will apply to target of first degree. So this detective unit is hopefully going to be given the go-ahead tomorrow here. What?
Targeted violence for gang-related shooting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, look at the definition. Fits it perfectly.
Do you know what spirit of the law? So spirit of the Okay, well, that'll be fun.
You don't think they'd apply?
No, of course not.
This is a tough part, though, Nino, right? This is a tough part when you're dealing with situations like this. Is I understand spirit of law. I understand black and white. The problem is when it's picked and choose when it's going to be applied.
Give me just 1 second. Can I call you back?
Yeah, no worries.
What's it in regards to?
Property.
I don't have any.
Ah, okay.
Who's saying I do?
Hello?
Yeah, who's saying I do?
I don't know. You were doing the property raffles.
Oh, sorry, you're the second one who called. That's why I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah,
Okay.
there are none. Tier 3 apartment soon, TM. All right.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Here's the thing, though, Turner. Oh, we can walk in. Do you want? Yeah, you want to go inside?
Sure, that works.
The thing is, it sounds like it's working backwards, and what I mean by that is there's a problem, right? You have too much gang related stuff.
Yep.
And understandably, you want to do something about it because it's too much. And I agree, there should be deterrence. However, that doesn't, mean, you find something, the wrong thing, and apply the wrong thing that just ultimately is going to make you guys look bad. You know what I mean? Spirit of the law is, and I'm going to say this just in the event we have a different understanding of what that means, is spirit of the law is the notion that I don't know, let's take a fucking, like, oh, this is a nice looking office.
Thank you.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's so weird. I got all of these investigation reports randomly opened on my tabs. You sure you only got 3 raids this week? That's crazy.
3 in terms of
must be a
gang related,
glitch.
specifically that I've been part of. Maybe we've done more, actually.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe we've done
This is
more.
a crazy glitch I'm looking at right now.
What do you see there?
I don't know. There's just a bunch of shit that I probably shouldn't be looking at.
Okay, all right.
So, right. So, targeted first degree is if an individual commits 5 separate acts of felonious violence against a civilian, individual, group, business, or within 30 days. These two are pertaining to things like the Rust Act, in which it's a unidirectional targeting, right? And if
Well,
it
let me
is
ask you
not
this.
unidirectional, then it is fundamentally gang related, right? And gang related does not need an affiliation with a gang. It's just that's the name of it. And so to find a larger charge that is intended for something else would be going against the spirit of the law, and that opens bigger problems because that starts to get done. Now legislators have to come in and fix that, you know, because for no other, because at that point it's I don't want to use the word, but it's like abusing the charge, right?
Yeah, I was told completely differently. Of course, this is from a judge that came by in conversations, but they're intentionally left gray so that new charges can be built off of them as well.
That is true, but that is not historically what this is, right? Nor did you know, the chance of them having written this is zero because
What happens when we push this charge? It fits the black and white, the definition of it, but it's not the correct charge. Do we get new common law that comes out of it with the new charge? Do we get a new charge that comes out of it, like we did with aiding and abetting?
that sounds extremely bad faith. So, like the system's being gamed. Let me ask you something. Why? I'm going to tell you something that like chaps my ass, right?
Yeah.
There's these issues like this one. Why has no one written a proposal for a change?
You're saying a new charge.
Sure. Like capital level gang related shooting. I don't know anything. Like, you know what I mean? Anything, right? Because the thing is, like, I recognize this is an issue, right? But, you know, I've can't recount how many times I've had to stand in front of the podium every couple shifts and be like, you guys can recommend something, right? You guys can propose something. The closest we got is Wes writing the kidnapping of a government official, right? And so, you know, it's you know, write something up. We've made it. We cannot make this system any easier than it already is.
Okay,
It's
here's what I'm gonna
so
do then.
easy.
We're gonna write something up. I'm gonna propose it. I need this done as soon as possible. So I'm gonna get you this tomorrow. I need this to be pushed through today. You know, yesterday, essentially, right? I need this done. There's far too much violence on the street. It's all we're dealing with. There is no time. There's no time for anything else. It's constant shootings, right? Unless people are ignoring calls and not backing up other officers, there isn't a lot of time for other things. Today, okay, albeit was a bit quiet.
Mm-hmm.
We need something more to push against people.
Yep.
We need something more.
Well, we have an issue.
What's that?
What I'm trying to tell you, Turner, is this probably should have been done a month or two ago, right? This isn't a new problem. It should have been done back when Princess still had the ability to put a signature at the bottom of legislation. But number one, I got 2 weeks left. Number two, she might have zero time left. So
She does have zero time left. She's not. Well, I'm sure you can see.
And I've already, in addition, did bring up the recommendation that she still be able to sign legislation, but that has not been resolved just yet. So,
Well, it's supposed to be Danger, right? Not her.
yeah, something like that. I mean, that's what the discussion's about, right? Like, these are ideas, but I mean, I'm not the only one that makes that call, right? So, hey, listen, if you guys want to, as targeted violence that to me sounds sad, if I'm going to be honest, it's embarrassing, because I feel like, oh my Lord,
it fits a criteria to a T.
It's a very poor understanding of how the law works, right? It's that like.
Well, we write up a new one. We try to get a push. Then is that something?
Yeah,
we can
and
do?
you want? Yeah, no, I mean, right. There's you can't. There's, I don't know. I don't know. It might be too late. You might have to wait 2 weeks. You're gonna have to hold it down until the next mayor comes through. Maybe it's a good thing to bring up with during the elections. We got this piece of legislation. Are you for it or against it? Realistically, you're gonna have to wait till the next mayor, because you need a mayor. You're gonna, it can't become state law without Blaine County signing it. We can talk through it if you want. Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm just look. We're dealing with a lot of violence. Looking for alternative ways to curb it. We're raiding. We're putting better weapons in officers' hands best we can. We're trying to train tactically. We got classes going out every week right now from TRT. We are doing what we can with what we have to try to curb this, to attack it better. Everything within our power, right? And this is obviously something that was within our power. We should write something up, but it's just at a point where it's ridiculous on the street. So I'm trying where I'm at.
Can you describe what's happened the last 3 days? Like, just as an example. Like, I haven't been around.
I think the PD's woken up in the hospital a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we've executed some search warrants.
And what happened?
We've had some of them being fruitful, one of them not being fruitful in the sense of, officers, majority of them got injured, which we had to drop that warrant afterwards.
Are you getting shot like nonstop?
Today, like I said, today's been an exception. It's been a bit quieter while we did have the issues here this morning where officers woke up in the hospital. The last few days we had, between 5 to 8 gang-related shootings from the same groups.
Let me ask this, Turner. I want your honest answer.
Okay.
Why is it that over a term ago I've been pushing for cops to push legislation and not a single one of them has written it? And even after I remember when we went and changed all these penal code shit, like, part of that was everybody now can literally go in there, take any charge and expand on it. We need to throw another one in, we can insert it in there. At what point do we say that the PD is so fucking dog shit that no one actually wants to do work, and the only thing that they can think they can do is just simple, just press button things? Like, I don't understand. It's half a page, right? Why are the brains just turning off and not using it as an option when it's right there? I want to know the answer to that. Otherwise, it's very hard for me to get invested in a solution. You get what I'm saying?
I think it's very multifaceted. I don't think there is a single answer to it.
So give me one. Help me understand here.
And getting shot, right? If I'm getting shot at, I expect every officer and deputy on duty to show up and help me. I do, right? So it doesn't matter what I'm doing in that moment. It's a matter what everybody else is doing and responding to these situations. It pulls people away. That's one. It's not the only one, right? That pulls everybody away. That means if you're in the middle of an investigation, your thought process is pulled off of it, right? That's one of them. Another one is how majority of the people don't know how to write legislation. That's completely outside of their purview. They've never done it. They've never done it. A lot of people have never done it.
Tilly Winters, the receptionist who worked here, wrote legislation.
Okay.
So someone that was trained in taking phone numbers and exporting FOIAs wrote legislation. Why is law enforcement, who looks at the MDT more than anyone else, looks at charges like anyone else, why can they not do it?
I think people have the fortes, and paperwork isn't everyone's strongest forte, as you know. There's people who are good in the field and people who are good in the books. I think we could push more. You don't believe that?
I think is that a dog? It's like scratch.
I hear Bongo. I think you just open this up for him.
I bet Bongo could write legislation.
There we are.
Hey Bongo, do you think you could write
Bongo?
Do you think you could write like legislation for a new charge for gang-related shooting, like pattern gang-related shooting? Well, are you telling me that this right here, Bongo, this is your PD right here, Turner. This is what I feel like every time the topic gets brought up. This is the equivalence, right? Like hearing like, well, some people are good at this, some people are good at that. No, I get it. Like they know how to drive, they know how to shoot, right? And then the others don't give a fuck. Like actually give a fuck. I recognize it. I do. So tell them to fucking give a fuck and say don't get on duty until you do it. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about, let's like break this down in the most simplest possible way.
It's so multifaceted. I could tell them don't get on duty. Then we need the numbers because we have to deal with certain situations. It's not that we.
Let me walk you through this, and maybe this will make a bit more sense where I'm coming from. Okay, open up City Hall.
All right.
And let me give you a reference. One sec. Bro, I just want to be like, you're telling me everyone's retarded. That's why they can't do it. Like that, it's at that level, you know what I mean? Okay. Like, there's no way. Okay. Look at one that Perry made. As just an example. All right.
Is it closed or open?
I sent you a link.
Oh, okay. That's pretty damn simple.
So to hear that the people can't do this tells me that you're telling me that I'm not going to say it, but you know what I mean? And I by no means am saying that you put it in and then magically it's going to get accepted, right? But if it's only defeatism, then you're always going to remain defeated, right? Not everything we've written has gone all the way through. But if, like the LSPD, the BCSO, if police department truly gives a shit, at least someone's going to write something like this and be like, there you go. You know what I mean? It's not even overly complicated. Like the VAF shit, that's a fucking shit show and a half. Throw that completely out the window. But like shit like this, it's like you propose it and you put it forward. You're going to get pushed. Like, put it forward. You have a meeting. We're going to figure out exactly what it's about. Boom, boom. You put it forward. It gets signed. It's done. You know what I mean? Like, but, you know, and once again, Wes, before he's a cop, pushed 3 bills, right? The guy's new. And like, yeah, is he a smart
That's
guy?
his forte, for sure. His forte.
Wait, forte?
I'm saying that is his forte. Is the book work,
every single adult
the legal work
in San Andreas should be able to do something like this, and if they can't, there's an issue. So, because
you can't assume someone could do something they've never done or have no direction on.
Brother, you saw this document. You're telling me that there's people that can't write something like this?
You know, I think if there was, I think I actually asked for you in the past, was a template. I think it'd be a lot easier if we had a template. Look, I know what you're saying to yourself right now. I understand it. I do. But we have to show people the way.
They don't want to do it. Turner, they don't want to do it. You can make every excuse under the book. They don't care. They don't. They may care when they're shot, right? They may care when they're like, oh my God. No, I guarantee you most of the cops love going to that shit. They absolutely do. That's why they do it. That's why they're in the fast car. That's why they like the shooty, right? But for some of your cops, they're not trying to go to that shit all the time. They're not. And that's the real issue. That's the real thing.
It is.
And of those that do not want to see it all the time, and I'm sure they want to do some other shit, they like convince me that they're unable to write something, purpose, gangs or blah, 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 details, blah, blah. Like this is, how many lines is this? This is a total of 10 sentences. How much simpler can it be?
We're probably gonna need a little more than that, but that's fine. Make it 20. It's still fairly basic. Templates are important. I think
you do not need a template. These people are not. Listen, Turner. I don't want to say it. They are not. They are adults. All right. They are not.
You hold adults too highly on your intelligence level, then for sure.
My God.
They are not all as intelligent as you are making them. I think we both know. Right?
There is no way. There's no way. There's no fucking way. You're telling me it's that bad? Like, are they? Do they? Then how do they have a gun? Just do me a favor here. I just want it for my own, because I'm losing my mind here for a second. Read me with in this bill 24271, which is what you guys are looking for, right? Right. There's other examples. You say a template. There's literally an entire website on the government forum with it, right? What, like, what's complicated about? Wait, the template's already on there. Literally, the template already exists on City
It does
Hall.
exist, yeah. I never saw that before either, and that's been there for ages.
Yeah, and you have literally over 100 examples. So, at what point am I like, Turner, stop defending laziness? Because that's what this is. Unless you're telling me that before you apply for the PD, there's like a permission slip, right? That's allowing them to operate. Like, there's no way people can't do this. Yes, they're not going to write complex legislation. Absolutely not. But for a charge? And I'm going to more evidence. If they cared, it would be brought up at one of these meetings. At the morning meetings. That I would have gotten pulled aside previously. Like Wes did. Wes, it's his forte. Agreed. But Wes pulled me aside and said, this is a problem. I want to fix it. That isn't a forte thing. That's not a capability thing. That's a actually giving a fuck thing. But right now, you're dealing with a lot of not giving a fuck. That's the real issue. Because if you can write a raid warrant, which apparently you guys have been doing a lot of, if you can write a subpoena, if you can write a report that's going to be utilized in court, this is a lot simpler than that.
All right, we're gonna push one forward then.
Okay, and put a couple. You know what I mean? Like,
If we want to raise time and fine, that's all. We basically just copy paste the same exact details and raise time and fine on it, right?
There's some examples on there, right? But someone's got to take 10 minutes of their such a busy life and look through and find an example of many of which exist in there, where there's fine and time alterations. Some of which actually I shared with the PD the other day. Like, they're on there, the most recent ones, right? The redacting and the there was a bill that went through with the stop sign shit. Turner, let me ask you a question. Like, truly, what is going on with the PD? If this
we're swamped. We're swamped.
With what? With what?
We don't have the skill sets required. The entire PD would have to be built from the ground up with the right people in the right positions to show the way, to lead the way. That can't be done. There's no fixing it. It's dealing with what we have right now. It's not going to get fixed. That's the problem. It's not going to get fixed. We have to work with what we have. We can't just go out there and hire 20 or 30 new officers. We can't.
So what you're telling me is I got to run again and restructure.
You want to get to the root of it? Yeah.
Well, that sucks because I'm not running again.
I'm trying. I really am trying.
Yeah, I know you. I know you are. Listen, I want to make one thing clear. I've had this conversation with my cabinet, with others, and I want to make it very clear to you is that I know that you're dealing with a shit show. I truly do, and I don't think this is on you. I think you were handed a turd, and that turd has only gotten more. It went from like a solid piece of shit a year ago to now it's like a wet fucking like diarrhea. And but
it's so multifaceted. I can't sit here and say it's one thing. It's not one thing.
It's not.
There's 10 different things which are products of the other 10 things which are now byproducts of those 10 things. It's so multifaceted.
I do
There's
strongly
another gang related issue going off.
I mean, caring is a big part of it. I mean, look, it is multifaceted. You're not wrong. Part of the reality is, we're gonna face it. Hypothetically, action sells. What are you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
No, I'm not in the business of action. Right? I'm in the business of putting a stick in that action. Right? The spokes of those wheels of action.
You're acting like you don't love when you got the yoke in your engine and you have that heavy rifle and shit popping off. You know what I mean? But I'm with you. It's too much, right? Okay. Have you have Wes, right? Have you asked Wes to do it? Maybe.
I have not asked him. Can I? Yes, because
what is the vision of a charge?
He's very swamped right now.
Like, and I gave you one. I'm trying to help you.
Right.
It's like
I'm saying he's swamped right now, which is why I haven't gone to him. He's very involved with many things right now.
Okay.
But I could write something.
Can we authorize ChatGPT? Is that what we need? Because I feel like that's what we need.
I prefer not to.
Well, apparently, if everyone's freaking Papega like that, they got nothing left. You got a bunch of Zoomers. These people grow up with AI. You think they're going to be able?
It's so hard because we need some of those too. We need a lot of those. We need a handful who are.
I was joking, but what do you mean?
No, I mean I thought you were more say ping chasers. We need many ping chasers. We need people who have their field is going after boosts or going after these gang related situations, but at the same exact time, a parallel should be that we need people who are good with the book work too. We just need more of everything is what we need, and that's the tough part.
But see, I you know what that reads to me as, and I have a very different management style, right? I'm blunt. I expect people to just do it, and if they're not, they're out, right? And it's
you have 10 officers on duty then.
Okay, and
I was like that until you realize that we got 40 on duty and we could be taken out by a gang. It's a very again, you could say one thing and go one direction with it, but that has
it's hard for me, and I'm going to explain my position, right? It's hard for me to sympathize on that side of the spectrum, and it's because of this. I've been doing this kind of thing for like 25 years, and even at a time where it was way worse than this, the quality of what you have available, right? I don't mean just the mayorship. Businesses dealing with shit that was very PD-like. And historically, when you got to start with the people that are passionate and literally tell everyone to go fuck off. Everyone else to fuck off, right? If they want to exist, let them. But those who are bubbling up need to be enabled and need to be given direct, you are going to work on this. That is your thing. And the that 60%, we're fucking oxy runner, whatever, the people they can't trust to do this and that, right? You just let them exist. And the rest will do it for you, right? And that same methodology worked for my office, right? It produced people like Maeve, Junior, fucking Tilly Winters, fucking even there's like Charles Danger, like even the guy's been running the entire fucking bet stuff for the cop-outs, right? It's just you got to give them the ownership of it, right? And even with these conversations that we have, there's no owner of it. There's like, who is it, right? Who's going to speak to it? Yeah, Nakota, I don't know why the fuck this guy that barely shows up was given that. I'll give it to a new person, right? They're going to step up. Like, our world is not that complicated. This is San Andreas. The shit ain't that, you know what I mean? Like, if it's not West, like, look through your dispatch. There's probably somebody there. Hey, we need someone who wants to take this on. They'll probably do it, right? And they may not know right away, but they'll learn in the next week or two. I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't know if any of this is helpful. Maybe I'm just like yapping at this point.
I think I approach many things like that. Legislation's not one of them, though.
But you need
Maybe I
it.
should.
It is the backbone of the city now. It is. It's literally the backbone. That every single charge, every line can be put up for contest and can be altered. And it is 10 times easier now because you no longer need to put in a 3-page fucking document. It can be as big as the example I sent you. That's why we broke it up. Every one of these criminal charges, you want to add something, you want to remove something, you want to alter something. That document is just literally saying, this is why we want to do this thing. This is what the change is. This is the change. Done. You're literally just explaining to the public what it is that you want to do. One or both mayors sign it, or alternatively, it goes up for a vote. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think we can make this any easier.
We'll get something put in by tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to push it, and we're going to see if we can get some more people involved with legislation. I mean, I've tried. There's been bites, and a lot of things have fallen through. People have fallen through. We'll find someone else. We're going to push it. We're going to push it through tomorrow. We're going to push at least 2 changes, which is an increase in time and / or fine on gang related, and some sort of serial gang related shootings.
That's literally all you need. You need serial gang related. Like, just make a freaking hut charge. I want to say this again, so you know, there's no confusion. You're gonna have to wait till the next mayor. Princess can't sign it, and you know, I'm wrapping up everything.
Why can't we make it Los Santos County law?
Because I'm already done. I'm checked out. Just straight up.
I mean, what more do you need though besides posting on a docket? I mean, obviously, got to check with the team, but if everybody gives a thumbs up,
I got shit to do. I've been doing this for a year. You know what I mean? I can give some guidance on to how you guys can get sorted in the next 2 weeks and be up and running for, like, you know, the next man. But I'm trying to wrap up things, not open up a whole new chapter. You know what I mean? Unless you tell me this last 2 weeks, like this, you know what I mean? So,
no, what do you mean?
It's like this isn't a new problem, right?
I'd say it's a growing problem that has now reached a boiling point.
Okay. Now you guys got till I think the 16th to write something up. This is actually fantastic because this will be great for the campaign. You should be asking, you know, the candidates about this. You know,
I don't think anybody's approached me yet about the South yet. Besides hearing that Edgar de Castillo is trying to get serial assaults and killings off his record. He wants a government position.
Oh, shit. That might be the new guy. Who knows?
He got denied.
Well, so far, he's still got 16, what is it, 16, 20 days? Something like that?
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get that removed.
Can I ask you a question? Like,
yeah,
you said you need people that, you know, can shoot and drive. Why?
How do we wrangle these gangs shooting in the middle of the city? We can't just wait till it's done or over with and write paperwork. I mean, well, sure we can. That's part of it.
Okay.
But we need to get in there and stop them then.
They shot somebody. They followed somebody. Now they shot him and they put him in cuffs. How are you trusting them to detain them properly? Are you trusting them to search them properly? Are you trusting that they're going to bring him to the police department without leaking something? Are you trusting that they're putting it into evidence correctly?
Saying, am I trusting them?
How? How are you? Do you have any food and drink, by the way?
Don't. I checked the kitchen here. Give me just a moment, okay? I'll check.
I hate to say it, but I didn't want to say it like in character, but I'm hearing like, I hate saying like most people aren't intelligent enough to do this. Unless you're telling me that people are like, you know, there's no way. This is what I showed. Look, this is an example. You can't, like, how is this not, like, I'm serious, right? No, let's not mask inability like he is, but it's an excuse for laziness. At least just say it out loud. People don't want to come on duty to pog chase. Otherwise, they're not going to log in. But the thing is, this isn't even that much. If you can't do this, who's to say they're going to write any reports? Sorry, what was that?
We're all out of food and drink. You want to head down to Senior Buns?
No. I'll call my secretary 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I know. Did everyone fucking go to sleep? What is happening? Wait. Whatever. I'll should be good. Fuck it. Where were we?
How do I trust them to do things you're saying?
Yeah, right. If they're incapable of doing something as simple as this, okay. Can we agree that most people come on duty genuinely? We're in a room where it's private. That most people that are coming on duty are here for the adrenaline and not the rest.
I'd say 75 to 80%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
70, 80, sure.
I think that's a good starting point. I think because that's kind of what I've been alluding to. Now we got 20%, and I agree with that. That's why the gang motherfuckers are probably doing the same shit, right? They don't have a rhyme and reason really to be shooting each other, but they're doing it anyways, right? Why? Probably someone like pissed on something, and it's back in the day there was a gang war that went on for 3 weeks because what was it? Someone didn't give like $5 to someone at the VU. So now we got the 20%. They're the ones I'm assuming are directing the police department. You know what? I think I'm diving too deep into it. If you say you can get something written up, I think that's a good thing. I can look over it, maybe. But
I'll have it to you by tomorrow.
But it's gonna have to wait till the next mayorship, like realistically. I wish I could do something sooner, but
Can I ask what if I may, what if you review it, looks good, we think it looks good, you give thumbs up, what's stopping you from putting it on the docket? City Hall.
It's my time to be lazy. I'm gonna get my dick sucked. I'm gonna do like cocaine overseas. I'm sitting back. You know what I mean? I tried for over a year. Now I get to relax. So, and at a high level, you know, I do feel bad about the position that you're in at this stage, right? But, you know, I'm now too lazy to open up my, you know, I've already got enough things on my plate to even mentally think about this problem. in the last 2 weeks that I got. So I'm just kind of giving it to you straight. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
There's no point to bring that forward then right now.
I think you should get ahead of it. I think that'd be the smart thing to do. I mean, 2 weeks to get the PD prepared to give, legislation to the next mayor, I think is a good thing. Why procrastinate? Procrastination's what got you guys in this position to begin with. This conversation didn't need to happen 2 weeks before I'm out of office.
We're trying many different things. This wasn't the last or the first option, right? Just to be clear, this wasn't held, one of the last things we're doing is pushing this legislation. We're trying to use what we have to our disposal in front of us. So and we're just seeing that it's not becoming fruitful. So we're having to up the pressure and go further with it. But if that's the way it is right now, then we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah,
best we can.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Turner, you should be hanging back and relaxing too. I mean, Edgar de Castillo might be the next man.
And the day he gets voted in, sworn in, is the day that I am my badging.
Yeah, well. Hey, who knows? It could be Princess for all you know.
Same goes for her.
Benji Ramos, you got him. That's an option.
I'm not looking for some gang member that puts a suit on to be my mayor.
What do you think I am?
Gang member.
I literally. What? Okay. What makes you say that?
When was the last time you drove down Grove Street with the Tech 9 shooting out the window?
Don't. I sent the PD.
All right. Don't let your inner Maximilian Thoroughbred come through.
I don't have to. I got away with it for over a year. He just didn't. He just wasn't a good politician.
No, he was not.
I mean, look. I
don't believe
you
you're anything like that, man.
Fucking Princess pissed me off, and you guys fucking took a mayorship away. Hell, I had a justice help me do it.
All right, now you're just trying to sugarcoat it to look one way. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, did it happen or did it not happen?
She is a very she's done some very illegal things that was brought to our attention. We addressed.
Yeah,
as we would with anyone else.
And if anything, anyone who's really, anyways, everyone's a gangster, one way or another. You know what I mean? Some just happen to do things illicitly, and others not so much. I mean,
if you put it in terms like that, sure, everyone's a gangster.
I will. Let me ask you a question here. What do you want to see? I don't care about anybody else. What do you want to see if there was a charge to help you with this gang problem?
Serial assault and serial assault,
serial
gang related shooting.
Okay. And what is that? I'm not talking to anybody else. Don't give a fuck about the rest of the
this
PD.
Isn't even something I've gone
and Blaine
over
County can suck my dick. Fucking useless sheriff, useless department.
I want 300 months or $1,000 fine.
Okay, for how many X?
5. 5+ within let's say a 14-day period.
It's got to be 30 days. 14? 5 and 14. Okay. All right. Write it up. End of the day. Otherwise, I skip.
All right.
All right. And, however, in exchange, we get rid of Fs.
Hmm.
Do you care about stopping crime or wasting your time with fucking vehicles? Answer by the end of the day, Turner. Your choice.
I will let you know. Thank you, Nino.